Holy smokes, y'all. I don't know if this is like the biggest thing to happen within the realm of Dragon Ball, and I know a lot of you guys might be really tripped out about this, saying, what the heck, Huggy Face Gaming talking about Dragon Ball again? What is this, 2017, 2018? Yes, I do want to talk about a little bit about this. For a lot of you guys who don't know, obviously the main anime series at the moment is Dragon Ball Daima, and it's actually getting to like its final episodes because I believe there's only going to be two more episodes left with the series ending in February 28th. The newest episode just dropped today. I haven't seen it, and just as a little thing about me, I haven't seen anything to do with Dragon Ball Daima except for like the first three episodes. I only watched the first three episodes because those were released in theaters in their English dub, so I was actually able to watch those, but everything else I haven't really watched, and the main reason because of that is because one, I don't have Netflix, and I don't want to pay for Netflix just for Dragon Ball, and two, I don't have Crunchy. I have Crunchyroll, but Dragon Ball Daima is like the premium version, so I have to pay for it. I do have a 1 week like membership that someone gave me for my birthday, and I was kind of saving that off to when all of Dragon Ball Daima was available, using that membership and watching it from start to finish. But this latest episode, y'all. I honestly saw the images, and shout out to like DBS Hype and DBS Chronicles and them for actually uploading some of the images, right? And it has individuals really divided. Obviously, I don't think this is going to be internet breaking like Dragon Ball Super Broly when that came out, or even as internet breaking as Ultra Instinct Goku within episodes. I think it was like 109 and 110 of Dragon Ball Super, right? Like this is something that's really really cool, but I don't necessarily feel like it's cool for the right reasons. So, like I was mentioning, I actually got the images, and I do run a Dragon Ball page on Instagram. It's I think it's called Huggy Face DB. I actually grabbed these images. I put like a big spoiler warning, and I put them up to kind of see what people were thinking. And I swear, y'all, like after like 5 to 10 minutes, I was having a lot of people both some of them were pretty hyped for this, and then obviously a lot of people were very very confused, and they feel like it's kind of inconsequential, rushed, makes no sense, and so on and so forth. And what exactly am I talking about, right? Well, the thing that happened within the latest episode of Dragon Ball Daima titled Awakening, I know a lot of people saw that title and they're like, oh, Awakening, it must mean there's going to be a new form, right? A lot of people were talking about potentially a fusion, because I know like earlier in Daima they talked about a fusion using like bugs between two people. So people were kind of speculating that we are going to be getting like Gogeta, Vegito, maybe like a new fusion with like a Goku and Glorio, anything to do in that matter of fact, right? Or obviously with the title Awakening, the other form, what I mentioned, was talking about a potentially new form or a returning form. I know like DBS Chronicle was doing a lot of Ultra Instinct posts, and a lot of people were getting really, really scared that for some reason they were going to introduce Ultra Instinct into Daima. But the form that they eventually chose to go with, which a lot of people are kind of confused about, is Goku. Goku went into, I believe it is Super Saiyan 4. Crazy, right? Like, I know when it came to the series with them becoming babies and everything like that, or toddlers or children, everybody had GT vibes, right? And the fact that they solidified those GT vibes by actually giving us a GT form like Super Saiyan form. I know it's not confirmed to be Super Saiyan 4, but like the aesthetics of the character is basically Super Saiyan form. Like, Goku has it's different actually, because Goku in this form actually has like red hair as well. So he kind of looks like Gogeta, but with Goku's mini body. So it's really interesting. I kind of completely forgot that original Super Saiyan 4 Goku had black hair. But yes, in this form, Goku has basically like red fur on his body and the red hair and the tail. So, like I mentioned, I know a lot of people within my community, well, my very small community of Dragon Ball fans, were kind of confused over this decision. Just because I know there's been some talks about Daima potentially being before Super. So many people are like asking the question, like, if Goku is able to get to this form Super Saiyan 4, which for the longest time people are kind of saying was the peak of power. I know there's still like the debate whether Super Saiyan Blue is stronger than Super Saiyan 4, and so on and so forth. So a lot of people are saying if this is like canon now, which even for me, I don't necessarily know where Daima falls within the canon, but they're mentioning like if this form is canon, how come Goku never reverts back to this form, right? It's like the same thing with Vegeta going Super Saiyan 3, but I feel like Super Saiyan 3 has a bit more merit to it, because obviously that transformation in and of itself is hard on the body and taxing on the body and energy, so they don't use it as much, so that could be a reason Vegeta never uses it apart from Daima. But at the same time, like for Goku going Super Saiyan 4 now, it really like brings that question of like what was the point of this. And not only that, but I think like looking at the images, I think Super Saiyan 4 Goku, this is like a huge spoiler video in and of itself, right? But from the pictures that I'm seeing, because I haven't seen the episode, it looks like Super Saiyan 4 Goku still loses to Goma, like the main villain, after he put the third eye. So it really puts into perspective as to like how strong this form really even is if it's losing to the villain. Either that, or obviously Goma's just really, really strong, which is so hard to tell because obviously Goma is going up against like children version of these characters. I wonder how strong Goma even is compared to like their adult forms. But in the show's canon, Super Saiyan 4 loses. So at the end of the day, it's like I honestly don't even know what to say about this transformation. Like I thought honestly Super Saiyan 4 was a really cool transformation. I always liked how it looked. Obviously, I'm not the biggest fan of GT, but I can't really say much because I had never really watched GT in its entirety. I do enjoy the fights, not so much like the series as a whole, like many people, but I still accept it as Dragon Ball content, right? So the fact that basically Daima is kind of just like a reboot version of GT, but honestly, no hate to Daima though. Like honestly, all of these episodes that have been coming out have been really good, and even when they try with the animation, like if they could bring back Dragon Ball Super with this type of care into it, like with this type of animation, this thing is gonna blow up, y'all. Imagine seeing like the Moro arc, the Granola arc, and so on and so forth with this type of animation. Whew, I feel like we're going to be in for a treat. But yeah, it's kind of going back to how I was mentioning about the new transformation. I know a lot of people are very conflicted towards this, and by all means be as conflicted as you want, because like I mentioned, every time there's a new form being introduced, especially this quickly with the series only having like two more episodes, it does beg the question of like what was the point of this, because obviously I feel like we just got this form just for this one episode, and I feel like they're not even going to show it for these next two episodes because it seems like the final battle is kind of dying down a little bit with what was kind of shown. So I'm really interested to see if this form is just like a here it is type of thing, and then like these last two episodes we're not even going to see it, or if there's at least going to be a little bit of explanation as to how exactly Goku was able to achieve this form, because I believe in GT when he goes Super Saiyan 4 it's because he has the tail is what causes him to actually bulk up into like the great ape, and then from the great ape to Super Saiyan 4. And it seems like within this series obviously Goku or Vegeta or any Saiyan by that matter of fact don't even have a tail, so it kind of defeats the purpose as to what Super Saiyan 4 was. I know it's difficult for me to even talk about because like I mentioned, I didn't even watch the video or the episode yet, but I just wanted to give my initial thoughts. Like yeah, this is a really cool thing, but I'm really worried as to like how majority of the fans are going to be receptive to this information, because if I know Dragon Ball fans, and like I mentioned there's already a couple of Dragon Ball fans who are hitting me up on my DMs on my Dragon Ball page or leaving comments saying like this is feels rushed and not a good idea, right? So if that's just like a small niche of the community, I can imagine what the bigger alternative of people are going to be doing, because I know there's going to be those GT fans that really love Super Saiyan 4 and happy that Super Saiyan 4 is here, and there's going to be those, Dragon Ball GT haters that are definitely going to bash the living heck out of Super Saiyan 4 Mini Goku. But at the end of the day, like the transformation looks really cool. Like I do love the aesthetics of how this character looks, especially within the mini form. I'm just really conflicted as to what I think about it for future implications, whether it be for these last remaining two episodes of Daima, or even if Daima is part of, the super continuity or the like canon world of Dragon Ball. Like how is that going to fit with stuff like Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, Ultra Instinct, Mastered Ultra Instinct, True Ultra Instinct, all of those forms all together? Because at the end of the day I still feel like Ultra Instinct or Mastered Ultra Instinct, or even if you want to get like Su 222 into it, right, you could say True Ultra Instinct is Goku's strongest form. So I'm really interested to kind of see where this form lies power scaling wise. Obviously it's difficult to tell because it is mini Goku at the end of the day. But yeah, this is just a trippy time to be alive. And like I'm mentioning, it takes a lot out of me to put on the headset and talk about something Dragon Ball again. But I felt like after seeing some of the responses, I wanted to kind of put the headset and kind of give my 2 cents about the situation. But with that being said, what do all of you guys actually think about something like this? Because I feel like when it came to the episode of Vegeta turning Super Saiyan 3, there were so many people that were happy for that moment. And obviously, more power to them, because obviously Vegeta within Super Saiyan 3 was long awaited ever since we got him in the video games. And even the look of Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta looks pretty cool with like the spiky hair, right? So I know a lot of people were happy about that, but it seems like this form in and of itself is more divided. And even with that too, right? Because they're saying that Vegeta got a new form and then Goku had to one up him with a new transformation in the same series, which is pretty funny, like he always does. So yeah, if you guys have any thoughts about this, please let me know. Like I mentioned, for me, I'm kind of lukewarm about it. I need to see a little bit more of this transformation to kind of gather a bit more information, as well as to see if I could update you guys as to the reason he was able to go Super Saiyan 4 without the tail. So hopefully I get to see the episode or hear other people's explanation to educate myself, and hopefully being able to educate all of you guys. But this is just a quick little video. I know I don't have too much information. I'm just really blown away with what Daima's doing for these last two episodes, and now I'm really excited to see what Daima has in store for us as it's wrapping up. And not only that, but obviously we're getting the chapter 104 with like the mini arc with Goten, Trunks, and Clean God, or whatever his name is. So I'm kind of interested in that while we wait. But you know, it seems like Dragon Ball fans are going to be eating just a little bit more for this month of February. So hopefully you guys leave all of your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section below, and hopefully to catch you guys when I have more information on this transformation. Peace out, y'all. And then if you're going to watch the episode, hopefully you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys like it, because this art and animation is killer and I like it. So hopefully you guys enjoy these last couple of episodes of Dragon Ball Daima like I will.